Ever wondered how habits are formed and how they can be changed? Today we delve into James Clear's book, Atomic Habits. Habits. We all have them. Some are good, some not so much. But have you ever stopped to think about the sheer power they hold over us? In his groundbreaking book, Atomic Habits, James Clear pulls back the curtain on the science of habits and how they shape our lives. Habits, as Clear explains, are the invisible architecture of our daily lives. The routines that govern our actions without us even realizing it. They are the automatic responses that guide us through our day, from the moment we wake up to the moment we drift off to sleep. And while they might seem insignificant on their own, when you add them all up, they have a profound impact on the trajectory of our lives. But here's the thing about habits. They're not set in stone. They can be changed, and it all starts with understanding how they work. Clear argues that habits are the product of a feedback loop. There's a cue, a craving, a response, and a reward. The cue triggers a craving, which motivates a response, which provides a reward, which satisfies the craving and ultimately reinforces the cue. This loop is the driving force behind every habit. And the most interesting part? Tiny changes in this loop can lead to significant results. Clear refers to this as the power of marginal gains. It's not about making massive, sweeping changes all at once. It's about making small, incremental changes that add up over time. It's about getting 1% better every day. That 1% might not seem like much in the moment, but over the long haul, it can lead to some truly remarkable outcomes. So, if you're looking to change your life, don't underestimate the power of habits. They might seem small and insignificant, but they are anything but. They are the compound interest of self-improvement, the building blocks of a better life. Now, you know the importance of habits and how they shape our lives. But how do you form a good habit or break a bad one? So, you understand the power of habits. But how can you change them? James Clear introduces us to the 4 laws of behavior change. The first law is to make it obvious. If you want to cultivate a new habit, it's essential to make it a clear part of your reality. For instance, if you want to read more, place a book on your bedside table. The visible cue triggers the desired behavior. But this law also works in reverse for breaking bad habits. If you want to cut down on junk food, make it less visible in your home. The second law is to make it attractive. The more appealing a habit is, the more likely you are to follow through. Pair an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Let's say you want to exercise more but struggle with motivation. You can make it attractive by combining it with listening to your favorite podcast only while working out. On to the third law, make it easy. The less effort a habit requires, the more likely you are to do it. Start with small, manageable steps. If you want to start jogging, don't aim for 5 miles on the first day. Start with just 1. The easier it is, the less resistance you'll face. Finally, the fourth law is to make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat a behavior when the experience is satisfying. Immediate rewards are powerful. If you want to save money, transfer a small amount to your savings account each time you forego an unnecessary expense. Watching your savings grow provides immediate satisfaction. These 4 laws of behavior change are a framework to guide you. They can be used in combination or individually, tailored to your specific needs and circumstances. The goal is to make the good habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. Meanwhile, make the bad habits invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. These 4 laws can guide you in forming good habits and breaking bad ones, but what if you need advanced tactics? Some habits are hard to form or break. That's where James Clear's advanced tactics come in. First, let's talk about habit stacking. This strategy involves connecting a new habit to an existing one. One habit naturally leads to the other, making it easier to establish the new behavior. For instance, if you're trying to form a habit of reading more, you could stack it with your morning coffee ritual. As you sip your coffee, you read a chapter or 2. By connecting the new habit with an existing one, you're creating a powerful trigger that can help solidify the new routine. Next, we have temptation bundling. This tactic involves pairing an action you want to do with an action you need to do. Suppose you love watching your favorite TV show but need to get more exercise. With temptation bundling, you only watch that show while you're on the treadmill or doing a workout. By linking a desired activity with a necessary one, you're more likely to accomplish both. Then, there's the 2-minute rule. The idea behind this strategy is to make it incredibly easy to start a new habit. If a new habit can be done in 2 minutes or less, then do it. Want to run 3 miles a day? Start by simply lacing up your running shoes. The goal isn't to finish the task but to start it. Over time, starting becomes easier and you'll find yourself completing the task more often than not. Finally, let's discuss overcoming obstacles to habit formation. One common obstacle is perfectionism or the all-or-nothing mentality. If you can't do it perfectly, you might think, why bother? But forming habits isn't about being perfect. It's about consistency. Instead of aiming for perfection, aim for progress. Even a small step forward is still a step in the right direction. With these advanced tactics, you can tackle even the most stubborn habits. But how can you apply these principles to business and organizations? Habits are not just for individuals. Businesses and organizations can also benefit from the principles of atomic habits. These principles, when applied to the business world, can have a transformative effect. Imagine your business as a ship. Each tiny habit, each small improvement, is like adjusting the rudder by just a few degrees. It might not seem like much in the moment, but over time, these small adjustments can completely change the course of your ship. How can you apply the principles of atomic habits to your business? Start with the 4 laws of behavior change. Make the desired habits obvious within your organization. Make them attractive, easy, and satisfying to follow. For instance, if you want to foster a culture of innovation, make brainstorming sessions a visible and regular part of your routine. Make them attractive by celebrating the best ideas, make them easy by providing the necessary resources, and make them satisfying by recognizing and rewarding participation. To achieve peak performance, whether in business or in personal pursuits, atomic habits again come to the forefront. It's about focusing on the system rather than the goal. It's the process and not the product. If you're a writer, don't worry about writing a best-selling novel. Instead, focus on the process of writing every day. If you're a runner, don't worry about running a marathon. Instead, focus on the habit of running a little bit each day. It's the consistency of these habits that leads to peak performance. But how do you maintain these habits over the long term? Again, atomic habits provide the answer. You need to keep refining and adjusting your habits. You need to keep the feedback loop going. You need to keep tracking and measuring your progress. And most importantly, you need to keep the habits satisfying. You need to keep rewarding yourself and your team for following through on your habits. Whether you're an individual or a business, atomic habits can help you achieve your goals and maintain them long term. So, what have we learned from James Clear's Atomic Habits? In essence, habits are the invisible architecture of our lives, the small decisions and actions we make each day that shape our existence. These seemingly insignificant routines are in fact the stepping stones to major transformations. Part 1 of the book, The Fundamentals, emphasized just how integral habits are to our lives. By making tiny alterations in our daily routines, we can set off a domino effect that leads to substantial personal growth and improvement. In the second part, The 4 Laws of Behavior Change, we were introduced to a simple yet effective framework for habit formation. Firstly, make the habit obvious, ensuring it's an integral part of your day. Secondly, make it attractive, something you look forward to. Thirdly, make it easy, reducing the friction between you and your desired action. Lastly, make it satisfying, rewarding yourself for following through. The third part, the advanced tactics, took us a step further, providing additional strategies for habit creation. We learned about habit stacking, the art of pairing a new habit with an existing one, temptation bundling, combining a task you need to do with one you want to do, and the 2-minute rule, starting new habits in a period of 2 minutes or less. In the final part, the advanced topics, we discovered how to apply these principles to businesses and organizations, and how to use habits to reach peak performance. The importance of maintaining these habits over the long term was also underscored. In essence, Atomic Habits serves as a compass guiding us towards a better version of ourselves, one small habit at a time. It provides a practical framework to create good habits, break bad ones, and ultimately, improve our lives. Remember, small changes in habits can lead to big changes in our lives, so start building your atomic habits today. Before we wrap up, it's time to turn these insights into action. You're now equipped with the knowledge and tools to make a real change in your life, one habit at a time. But remember, knowledge is only power if you put it into action. So, we invite you to take the first step in building your atomic habits today. Start small, make it easy, and watch as the transformative power of habits unfolds in your life. We'd love to hear about your journey, so don't hesitate to share your experiences in the comments below. If this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this one. Let's continue to learn, grow, and transform together. Thank you for watching. Remember, small changes can lead to big results. Start building your atomic habits today.